Just north of Cape Town, near Goedgedacht, on the slopes of a small mountain range called Kasteelberg, lies Goedgedacht. This beautiful Cape Dutch farm dating from 1704 is 171 hectares in extent and offers itself as a resource to the surrounding Swartland area for life-changing initiatives. Ewan met the director of the trust to find out more.
Goedgedacht Trust started about 20 years ago. It's registered as a charitable and educational trust. The idea initially was to start a rural development place where people can come to, learn something and then go back to their communities and try it out and set it up themselves. So it's about trying to build up capacity in rural communities and then for people to go back and try the same thing and be inspired by what they see and what they've experienced. The POP program, which is the Rural Path Out of Poverty Youth Program, it's a program that was started about 20 years ago because when we bought the farm, or the trustees started the Goedgedacht Trust, we saw the poverty amongst the farm workers and it's particularly the children who 95% of them would only go up to 3 to 5 years of primary school and then drop out of school, landing back on the farms either semi-literate or totally illiterate. So because of the poverty that we saw, we said that there has to be a program that attempts to help children out of poverty because Goedgedacht's whole aim is to try and protect the future. We've been very grateful to Pick n Pay for providing us with shelf space to sell our products. We've got olive oil and we've got vinegar dressings that we're hoping to make enough money and then plough back to support these POP rural youth centres because we have to make 200,000 rand each a year.
That's why POP aims to plant 10,000 olive trees at Goedgedacht by 2018. The produce will support 10,000 children on the road out of poverty. Already the community had seen a decline in teenage pregnancies and 90% of POP graduates find employment. With the help of the Ackerman Pick n Pay Foundation, dreams of expanding will soon be a reality.
So why initially the decision to become involved with them?
Goedgedacht, just what an amazing farm. I mean, top quality product. They look after the environment, they look after the communities on the farms. So it was an easy choice for us. It shows you there are so many entrepreneurs, so many people with good products that just need that bit of support and help to actually get their products into the mass market. Our partnership with Goedgedacht has just been over 3 years. And in our small business incubator at the moment, there's more than 50 suppliers. So we're stretching out, we're getting more shelves, more products to put on it.
Goedgedacht Farm also aims to be carbon neutral and is experimenting with a range of energy options. Solar panels, a biodigester which is producing methane for cooking in the conference centre, and more.
Goedgedacht trading started in 2003 and essentially we started this company to manufacture food products to sell to various people. Luckily we're now supplying Pick n Pay to raise money to support the Path Out of Poverty program. It's just fantastic to see these wonderful products of ours really making an incredible difference in the lives of rural children in the Swartland.
We've planted 30 hectares of olive trees on the farm and we have planted every year because we always joke and say that it was planted by social workers and not farmers. But we are hoping to produce an income as soon as we can, and that's why we need all the support that we can get to help us to become self-sustainable.
The olives harvested from this peace grove are made into exceptionally good extra virgin olive oil right here on the farm from their own olive press. They also introduced a range of naturally infused fruit vinegars, which they are very proud of.
I couldn't think of anyone better to cook us a lovely meal on a beautiful farm such as Goedgedacht. So what are we going to be doing?
Well, you know, there's a veg garden, I believe, here. So first thing we need to do is grab the basket and go see what this beautiful farm has got in store for us.
The organic vegetable gardens provide fresh food for the preschool and after-school projects, as well as training in the vegetable garden. Chef Frank and Ewan found an abundance of fresh herbs. For this decadent herby fillet sandwich, they picked basil, fennel, chili and parsley. When trying this recipe at home, you can add any fresh herbs that are on hand.
So all jokes aside, I'm seriously hungry.
Me too. Well, look here, we're all ready. We've got a nice piece of filet from the center.
Yes.
Here we've got a beautiful fire. What I want to do is make a marinade from the stuff that we picked.
Okay, you must tell me what you need and I will hand it.
Okay, I need everything, so let's start from the beginning. This is the little basil.
Yeah.
So what I want to do is we're going to just pull the basil, the blossoms out of the basil.
Nice.
Then some leaves, put that on the board.
Bit of a combination of blossoms and leaves.
Blossoms.
Nice.
that we had a little bit of fennel. Not
Fennel.
too much. Fennel is very, very fragrant, so
Yeah.
you don't want to put too much. Bit of that. Rosemary, beautiful rosemary. I'm just gonna pull a little bit of rosemary here. Not too much also. Very, very fragrant. Okay, some chili. And then for now, and a bit of parsley, I think we had, and some oregano. Parsley, I'm gonna use the whole thing.
I must be honest, I've never seen you mix so many herbs or different kind of herbs together.
But it's very rare. I mean, you know, it's not every day that you have a garden with everything in it.
Yeah.
So ideally, everybody should have that in their back garden at home. I'm gonna start chopping this.
It's like
You
a machine.
Yeah, you really need to chop it right down. Anchovies.
Right.
Put a little bit of anchovies in there. So can you see I'm chopping
Definitely.
that anchovy right
Very
through
fine.
into the herbs.
Yeah.
Salt, beautiful rock salt. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a bit of that paste onto that fillet with extra salt
Okay.
and then some olive oil, and I'm gonna ask you to braai that fillet for us.
Cool.
Ewan, that's your job.
My job, I'll braai.
Brown the meat all round over heaped up coals. Turn it with tongs and then move it over to the cooler side of the braai.
Next step, what are we doing?
Next step is here.
Ooh, some bread dough.
The girls have made us the beautiful bread dough, farm bread dough. We're gonna put a bit of flour on here. Why don't we put some of those olives in there?
Nice, with my little olive bread. That sounds lovely.
You can buy bread dough at your local Pick and Pay bakery, and Goedgedacht olives are exclusive to Pick and Pay.
So basically I'm cutting like the flesh of the olives.
All right, just like that. So how many olives do you actually need?
No, virtually, I mean, for the two breads we're doing, 4 or 5.
All right.
And I'm cutting the olives, and I'm gonna mix the olives into the dough.
All right.
And then, okay, I'm gonna cut this in half, and then you can have half and you can have half.
You're so kind. Thank you very much. So what do I do? Just kind of...
Flatten it first with your hands on the board.
Yes, yeah.
But also dough is funny, you need to let it rest for a while. So just what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it down here and let it rest.
Okay.
And then let's take a look at our meat.
Lovely.
While the meat is on the grid, leave the bread dough for about 15 minutes in a warm spot until it almost doubles in size. Then grill it on the grid over medium heat coals until it's brown on both sides and cooked through.
Okay, so where do we go from here?
Well, I've got a few tomatoes. Stuff that we didn't find in the garden because there's just no way tomatoes will grow right now. We're gonna put, not too much, I'm gonna put some of that cranberry vinegar also to go on top of that.
Nice. So what kind of taste has that got?
It's vinegary but very fruity as well at the same time. Obviously cranberry.
Yeah, fantastic. I've actually never tasted that.
I'm only gonna use some of that onion. I mean, look at this.
Ooh, look at
this.
that, eh?
This is the real deal.
Wow.
Then rocket, a bit of fennel, and this is the raw ingredients that will be inside our bread. And then a few slices of radicchio. Remember, I told you radicchio is very bitter.
Yeah.
So you don't want too much.
Okay.
So we'll see a mix.
So
of
just a
flavors.
couple of long slices like
That's
that.
it. And a little bit of that oregano, fresh as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then a little bit of butter lettuce, just to,
Yeah.
to soften the blow of everything.
All right.
And that's the gut of our little sandwich.
Ooh, can't wait.
Back to the meat. I think from now, the meat is ready. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna return the meat onto that board.
Okay, set up.
And then you're gonna let it rest a little bit, and then we're gonna slice that and work it with all those herbs, and then put that into the sandwiches with the salad.
Wow.
A handy tip is to calculate the fillet's cooking time at about 15 minutes per 500 grams. To get it perfect like Chef Frank, insert a meat thermometer into the thickest part when about 3/4 of the cooking time has elapsed. And voila!
Man,
There.
that looks beautiful.
Take this, tuck in.
Right.
There's only one thing to do.
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
A little piece of Goedgedacht olive peace grove heaven on the Pick and Pay shelves. This is how lives are being changed through responsible retail.
Frank, thanks, dude. That was unbelievable.
Awesome, hey?
Well, what can I say? Fantastic food, a brilliant chef, an unbelievable setting, which is right here on the Goedgedacht farm. Life just couldn't be better right now.